Okay, hopefully this recording will work. This is only the third time I've tried to record this, so keep your fingers crossed. So this is my explanation of how to do the second last homework for fall 2014 Math 154. And I thought I would start with Google, so that's where we start for everything, right? So we can start off and say, I want to look at Archimedean solids. Here we go. And these ones I recognize are from the website that I've been using. Okay, that's daviddarling.info, and so I actually want to see his page. Okay, and I will send you this link. Right, here we are. And here, your homework assignment is to take, you don't have to go to his page, but any page that has this information will work. What you really need is these pictures. The pictures are key. And here are all the answers, but guess what? The answers are not matched up with the questions. They're just, I don't know what order the answers are in, but they aren't on the same order as the questions. Okay, so here we go. Now I'm going to open up my tablet so I can write. Journal size, and then we're going to just do one of these problems here. I'm going to pick, so your homework is to pick 5 of these, and I'm just going to pick one of them. So let me pick, let's see, let's do this guy right. Did I do, maybe I did this one. I don't know which one I did in class, but about this one. I have not done this one before for you. Okay, here we go. When I zoom in and look at what's happening at this vertex, I can tell by looking at the whole picture that this is a square, a square, a square, and a triangle. Okay, and that's all the information I need to do this exercise. Okay, so I say, all right, object 1, so you put your name and heading at the top. All right, object 1, we have 3 squares and 1 triangle. Squares have 90 degrees at each corner. Triangle has 60 degrees, and then we add these guys together. There we go. So angle deficit is always 360 minus this sum you just got, right? And so that's going to just be 30 degrees. Great. So what we want to know is, since the total angle deficit divided by deficit per is going to tell us, so total is always 720, that's a rule you know, and that's because the object doesn't have any holes in it. I'm going to find out how many angles we have, or how many vertices we have. 720 divided by 30 is going to give us 24, so this is the number of vertices. Okay, great. So we have the number of vertices, that's the first key. All right, now we're going to use that to figure out how many squares and triangles we need. All right, so each vertex requires 1 triangle corner. Remember, what I want you to imagine is, I want you to imagine the triangle looks like this, and you have like little stickers in the corner. Then you're going to peel off the stickers and put them in a pile. So that's one way to think of it, okay? I want you to imagine all the stickers in a pile, and since there's 24 vertices, and no, so the other way you're going to think of it is, you're going to have 3 squares coming together, kind of like this. So you're going to have 90, 90, 90, and 60. So this is kind of a schematic. So you're going to have a sticker for each vertex. You need 1 sticker for each vertex. So you get, each vertex requires 1 triangle corner, and so you have 24 triangle corners divided by corners per triangle, divided by 3 corners per triangle is going to give us 8 triangles needed. And honestly, you can just look at this and kind of guess if that makes sense. You can see that there should probably be 8 triangles, because you can kind of see 3 and 4, and you're only seeing half the object, so that makes sense. There should be 8 triangles. So this is consistent with what our intuition is saying. Fine. Now, what about the squares? Let's see what's happening. We have each vertex requires 3 square corners. So 24 times 3, because you want, we have the 3 different squares coming together. And so you get 72 square corners. Again, you're kind of thinking like you're taking scissors and you're chopping these little corners off of each of the squares, right? All right, so you're going to have 72 of these sitting around. So 72 divided by some squares have 4 corners. And then you should get, I think it's 18, but let's just make sure. Here we go. Okay, so we need 18 squares. So let's double check this picture and see if that makes sense. I should see about 9 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, it's kind of hard to see these. So let's go back to our picture. So this seems about right. And so this would be 8 triangles and 18 squares. 26 faces. At this point, we know how many vertices we have and how many faces, so we're going to check and see. We have something down here with, what was it again? We said we had 24 vertices and 26 faces. 24 vertices, 26 faces, then we should be looking at 48 edges. So let's see if we can confirm that. And so we're going to say 24 vertices, and we're going to say we had 26 faces, and how many edges, because that's, you have to answer that for the homework. All right, so what we do is we do chi is equal to 1, which is vertices minus edges plus faces minus blobs. This is my very technical word for volume elements. All right, so we have 24 minus, I don't know what, plus 26 minus 1. We're going to solve for that question mark. Add 1 to both sides. We get 50 minus question mark. So we should have 52. Nope, I did this wrong. Sorry, I did it backwards. It should be 48. Okay, so we subtract 2 from each side and then add both sides. Okay, so there we go. 48 edges, and I've now completed the exercise for one shape, and I have 4 more to go. But let's double check. We have on the internet here where we write, we had 48, so we're happy. Now that you know what it is, this is another thing that's reassuring. You can look up the name of this thing. You can go like this. You can say, all right, it's some kind of rhombi-cuboctahedron thing. All right. Then you can say, all right, let's copy this name, go back to Google. Where are we? Okay. And then you can look for like patterns for it. You can actually see them laid out flat. Wolfram has these, but there's a lot of them. Okay, so sorry about that. Okay, so I can look and I can find them. Oh, here's one. And I can just count them because it's all laid out flat. And I see that there's 8 triangles, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 squares. And I go back and say, is that what I got? Did I have 18 squares? Yes, and 8 triangles. And that's what the picture says. So that's yet another way of confirming that your calculations are correct. But remember, in your homework, what you want to start with is this vertex. That is the key to the whole thing. I want to make sure you start with that correct vertex analysis. Okay? And work it from there. Hopefully that's helpful, and hopefully this recording will actually work.